Hey there. So two Middle Eastern cheapy fragrances and they're absolute bang for buck. Sometimes you find absolute gem at amazing price points and we're going to review Tobacco by Tooq and OUD Al Shaik by Fasih Perfumes today. We're going to figure out why they're value and bang for buck and how do they perform and what's their scent profile and all of that. So stay tuned. My name is Rodney. You're watching the Perfume Experience. Let's get started right after this intro. So welcome back. So recently I was in Saudi and I went to meet a friend and this particular person was about 2 feet away and I could smell a very nice fragrance from him, and it was projecting very nicely and it was very unique to my nose. So I asked him and he said this is the fragrance, it's called OUD Al Shaik and this is from a brand called Fasih Perfumes. It's a Eau de Parfum concentration, it's about 60 ml. And that's how this particular fragrance looks. Okay, now the thing about this is this friend of mine, he's a big frag head and he's got more than 200-300 fragrances with him, and he says this is unique, and whoever he has asked to try this particular fragrance have not been able to associate what this is an alt of. So that way you know that this is a very unique fragrance, right? Now I absolutely love this particular fragrance, and when I first tried it, right, and I'll tell you what you predominantly get in terms of its scent profile. You get oud, and the oud is very sweet and very mellow in this. It's not that barnyard, skanky, that kind of oud. The oud is very, very nice. And you get fruity elements to it, like, citrus, you have some melon, that kind of element to it. You also get a nice predominant note of cherry, okay, tartness, like could be blackcurrant, could be cherry, something like that. And that is the kind of note that you get, and this and probably a little bit of incense at the background, because definitely when you smell up close you do smell incense note. So incense, cherry, oud, citrus, and fruity tones to it, and that is the scent profile of this particular fragrance, something that you'll absolutely enjoy wearing it. Right now this particular fragrance will give you the notion that when you have it on, it would make you nose blind and it would make you feel that okay, I don't get anything after some time, but then you will actually be surprised that you will actually be able to get the whiff of it even much later. People will be able to smell this, because for me this is a compliment getter. So it so also happened that I did a respray at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I got home at about 6:30 and I was coming up the staircase and my wife was able to tell that, oh, did you just spray perfume in the ground floor, right? So that is how good this is. And in terms of lasting, it will easily last 8 to 10 hours easy on your skin. On apparels, you should get 14-16 hours easy. I would safely say it's there on the next day as well, but then I in a different environment condition it will be difficult. So I would easily say 14 to 16 hours easy on apparel, and projection at least 2 to 3 feet, and it will project for 45 minutes to 1 hour easy. After that also it is on your skin for a long time. So 2.5 feet anybody would be able to smell this particular fragrance. This is wonderful for the price, and that note profile, which is oud, which is fruits, which is cherry, in my mind when I think about this particular fragrance, it will remind me of wine, right? The wine has got that maroon burgundy kind of color, and that's the kind of scent profile this particular fragrance tries to portray in my head. So that way it's a very, very beautiful fragrance to buy. Now the difficult part about this is it's not a brand per se. It's not a brand that's got a website going as well, so you don't really get it online. So where do you buy it from? So this is available in Riyadh, most of the places, most of the malls. You will find a kiosk from this particular brand. A lot of brands have kiosks in in most of the malls in Riyadh in Saudi. Lot of fragrance brands. So you will find one of them called as Fasih Perfumes. So you can try. They have a lot of options, but OUD Al Shaik is their most popular selling one. Now in terms of pricing, ideal pricing that you should be able to get this for is about 80 Saudi riyals, which should be approximately about 1,800 rupees roughly. 23 rupees into 80,600. I would say about 1,800 rupees. I paid a little more than that, but that's because I was not able to get it from those kiosks. But you will find it in kiosks like that in a lot of places, and you should be able to comfortably get this for that particular price, which is absolute value for money at 60 riyals for that particular fragrance. Because in Saudi, while we say that there's a lot of fragrance, there's a lot of fragrance markets and all of that, you have perfume starting at 5 riyals, but then you will see that the sweet spot of most fragrances that you will find is between 100 150 riyals to 200, 225, and the bigger brands like Arabian Oud and Swiss Arabian going upwards of 200, 300 riyals. So when you consider that, and if you're able to get a fragrance which is sub 100 riyals, is a very good a deal in Saudi, because and you're getting a very good juice. That's the most important part, right? For a very good quality juice, good fragrance, good projection, you are getting a very good deal. So you should be able to ask any of your relatives or any of your friends who are going to shop at Lulu or Nesto or any of those supermarkets. You will most likely find it there. That's the best way to ask them to get this for you. And this comes in a very basic paper box like this. Doesn't really have a lot going on the box as well, so you can easily carry it. It's amazing. I carried about 3 fragrances like this for 2 other friends and 1 for myself. So yes, definitely you can consider getting OUD AL SHAIK, which is very, very nice. Now, the other thing is, other fragrance that I want to talk to you about is called Tobacco from a brand called as Tooq. Now, this is also a startup brand that is, you can see this is their box, and it's got some engraving here, nice, some kind of pictures you can say, and on the bottle also it's got some sticker. There's some kind of engraving here, and this is called Tobacco. Now, when I did a video about the perfume market in Al Magalia, you can watch it here, or I'll put it at the end of the credits. I sniffed a lot of fragrances there, more than 30, 40, but then at the end of it I was not very satisfied with what happened. Then there was a kiosk where somebody called out to me asking, you should try this particular fragrance, test it, try it. I tried it and I kind of liked the opening, but then I didn't want to go for it, so I kind of left the market and went out. But when I went out and I sniffed my hand again, the note had changed and it was very, very different at that point of time. That got me thinking, and I should get this fragrance. I went back looking for it, spent about 20 minutes going through a maze to find this particular store, and finally I got this fragrance called Tobacco, right? Now, this particular fragrance is it just is a joy for me to wear it, because every time I wear this, I kind of become so happy, because this is just simply amazing in terms of its scent profile. Right, this has got oud, it's got cinnamon, it's got saffron, and those are 3 predominant things that you will get on this particular fragrance among a lot of other listings of ingredients that you have. But that oud is so beautiful, so sweet. The saffron is very sweet as well. The cinnamon is again a sweet element on this, and a bit of cardamom as well. All of that. Now, what this translates is into, this becomes something like a rose sandalwood notion at some point of time. After about the first 40-45 minutes, it becomes a completely different fragrance where it changes from that oud and all of that. It becomes a rosy, powdery, vanilla, that kind of scent profile with the cinnamon and oud still going there. And it is just such a joy to wear this. Now, the amazing part about this particular fragrance is, it will make you think that after about 1.5 hours, it's gone. Okay, you will not get any sense of it. Maybe it makes you nose blind, but then you start walking and suddenly you get a whiff of air and you realize, oh, this particular fragrance is still on you, and you'll get that rosy oud, cinnamon, sandalwood texture to you every time you kind of whiff this, and this lasts really, really long as well. So in my opinion, this will do a 6 to 8 hours easy on skin. It will do a 10 to 12 hours easy on apparel, and it is absolutely bang for buck. Now, why I say bang for buck is, this you can get for 69 riyals, which is approximately about 1,500 rupees, for which this is a fabulous deal. I wish there was any way of this particular brand being available in India or online. They have a website, but I don't think so they have a lot of presence anyway. Both of them are manufactured in Saudi, so that's locally available, and I definitely think this is a startup. And just look at the oil concentration on this one. You will see that it's got a good sense of concentration, so the lasting is good, the fragrance is good, the scent profile is really, really nice. Now, what surprised me the most about both of these is there is no alcohol blast at all, and the blend is just fabulous. I sniffed this to another fellow fraghead of mine who had come to meet me, and even he was saying, fabulous fragrance for the price that you can get. Absolute gem they have, right? So they have a lot of other options, Mexican, Freshie and all of that. I haven't tried all of this. I sniffed it there, but I couldn't get it. So how do you get this? If you're able to go to Al Magalia market in Saudi, there is one of the kiosks where they have this particular brand selling Tooq. So you should be able to get this. I don't know if they are available elsewhere, because that was the only place I was able to find. So that is my quick thought about these 2 particular fragrances. These are absolutely bang for buck, cheapies from Middle East that you can get for sub 2,000 rupees, which will make you smell like as if you're wearing a niche fragrance, which is costing you 15-20,000 rupees. That kind of feel that it will give you, absolute value for money, great projection, great performance, all of it, very beautiful fragrances. The only flip side is you have to ask somebody to bring it for you. This you should get it from Riyadh Al Maghilia Perfume Market. You have a kiosk there for Tooq, you can find it there. This on the other hand is more easily accessible in a lot of the malls, especially where there's a Lulu mall or a Nesto supermarket. You should be able to get this. This is OUD Al Shaik. I hope you like fragrances that I'm reviewing, and I hope you will be able to get them in your hands and try them, because you will absolutely enjoy these two fragrances. If you like the video, hit the like button, share your comments and thoughts, and let me know any other fragrances that you would like me to try. You're watching the Perfume Experience. My name is Rodney. Take care. Bye now.